and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be just a best of one here from the Pro Gamers League that was played, I think, at least 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure if it was actually in the 2016 time period or if it was catching the last week of 2015, but yeah, this is the PGL that I was talking about a couple of series ago, and yeah, it's been casted by Fendus. I'm not sure if it was touched by Back to Warcraft, it might have, but yeah, it has yet to go on YouTube, so like always, trying to capitalize off the opportunity, I guess. I mean, the WCA had plenty of replays to churn through, but I guess most of the WCA replays have actually been covered, so might as well just do PGL since, yeah, we have a couple of different players from the WCA roster. So anyway, Check spawning in as the blue Night Elf player in the top left. He will be facing off against Lucifer, the red undead player in the top right. So red versus blue, Korean versus Korean. Check going for a Demon Hunter start, meanwhile Lucifer going for just a standard Death Knight start here. We will have to wait and see. No, we won't. We can just see the Scouting Ghoul, so we are going to have a Ghoul opening for Lucifer. Check, on the other hand, probably going to go for the standard stuff here. No Wardens, so no real way to counter the Ghouls, definitely, but Demon Hunter should be able to, yeah, just hold his own against those Ghouls for now. Ancient War creeping at the Ogre Warrior camp. The Demon Hunter will actually get there in time, thankfully. So nothing much else to say. I am trying a different setup. Instead of using Audacity to record my audio, I'm just going to use OBS to record the audio, record the mic as well. I'm just doing that because the only sort of editing that I do now that I use OBS is just matching the audio files, and I mean that I don't think that warrants hours and hours of video rendering, so I'm gonna try this and see if it improves, at least makes my time efficiency, you know, better. So the Death Knight out with his skeletons. Nothing gained so far. He did lose one of those skeletal minions, but he is dealing quite a bit of damage against those wisps so far. We do have an Unholy Aura start for our Death Knight, so we can't actually secure these wisps as easily as, I guess, Death Coils first. So I guess we're gonna expect rather early attack from his ghouls, as we have a whole bunch moving out. Check, on the other hand, has yet to reveal what his first ability is. I imagine he is going to just stick with that ability not learnt. So just in case if he gets surrounded, he can just toss in that immolation. And here we go with this early attack from Lucifer, tier 2 for both players, I imagine. It could be a rather difficult attack to fend off if you are Check, but it doesn't seem like Lucifer has the confidence to actually follow through, and he is just going to back off and probably go for a creep camp now. Or not. Maybe he's just waiting to draw out the enemy archers and maybe go for a possible surround. But yeah, Lucifer's doing a lot of dilly-dallying here. And he probably won't get an opportunity. Oh, maybe not. He could actually go after this one archer here, but the surround wasn't that great. And the wisp did detonate itself, so nothing really gained for Lucifer, only forcing his opponent to detonate one of his wisps. Demon Hunter is very close to level 2, so I mean, if he hasn't learned to spell yet, if he gets to that level 2, then he probably will just put 1 point into probably evasion. I don't think the mana burn is useful right now, since I mean Lucifer obviously shows that he has no experience in that Death Knight, so there's no real point going for a mana burn here. evasion will probably help if the Demon Hunter ever gets to a surround, and of course if he goes for evasion, it's a pretty good idea maybe not to put that point into immolation since he already has a way to deal with that surround. Demon Hunter is going after the Magi, picking up the item. It will be the Scroll of the Beast, and will we sell it immediately? Not sure, but yep, we will sell it actually. I thought the Demon Hunter got himself trapped there, but thankfully he was not. The Troll Trapper did toss an ensnare onto that archer, and that was very unlucky for Chick, honestly. Of all the units to ensnare, it just had to be that Night Elf archer. So Nagasiwich gets picked up as the second hero for Lucifer, and a Panda for Chick. Early tier 3, so we're going straight into Bear Tech, and Lucifer is going for an early tier 3, going probably just straight into that Destroyer Tech there. We are producing Crypt Fiends, so it's a proper Crypt Fiend transition here, and not too fixated on those ghouls. Thankfully, because previous ghoul openings were rather displeasing to watch, honestly. I mean, they kind of fixated too much on the ghouls, but didn't really produce any further ghouls, and yeah, it was really weird. But anyway, Chick with his level 2 Demon Hunter. I honestly still don't know what the abilities are. I haven't seen any evasion procs just yet, neither have I seen any mana burns being tossed out, so we'll have to wait and see. Mana burn's probably a good option, especially since the Nagasiwich is now in play. She's super squishy against that Demon Hunter, so I would imagine that she would fall prey against him. Level 2 on both of Lucifer's heroes there, so he's been farming pretty well, honestly, compared to Chick, who is probably one camp behind, but the Panda will soon catch up after this Mercenary camp has been cleared. Chick going for another Ancient of War creep, and the double Ancient of Lores have been completed. The Dryads are being queued up, and Adept training has been put in queue as well. Alright, Lucifer is going to start producing his destroyers. We only have one Crypt Fiend, I believe, so not that much of an emphasis on Crypt Fiends either this game. So I guess that is a little similar from previous school openings. We're gonna have a Lich coming out as the third and final hero for Lucifer. Yeah, I'm still shocked to see no more Crypt Fiends. We're gonna have Ghoul Frenzy, so okay. So I might have said it a little too soon. This does seem like, I don't know, this might be a little troublesome. I mean, we have seen previous undead players struggling quite a bit because their army's just not strong enough, honestly. And I don't think that, I mean, Lucifer does have pretty good number of ghouls, but I mean, I don't know. I'm casting a lot of doubt in this particular game right now, but maybe I will be proven wrong. Oh yikes, the Ancient of War got taken out. By mistake, probably? Chick had no reason to actually suicide his Ancient of War, so that was a little bit of a blunder, but oh well. Demon Hunter is running around with the invisibility potion on. Lucifer's Death Knight did hit 3, as well as the Nagasiwich. The Lich, on the other hand, does have the Orb of Corruption and the Claws of Attack plus 6, so to be honest, at least the undead heroes are at a good position right now. It's just the army might be a little lackluster here. The ghouls, yeah, maybe Frenzy is, you know, pretty good upgrade, but against bears I highly doubt that they can actually stand up. Sacrificial Pit has been placed down. I probably won't expect any Frost Worms, but I have been proven wrong, especially since the, I believe, last series, where we had Hate Love Anger going for quite a few Frost Worms as well, so maybe I won't hold my breath just yet. 2 Crypt Fiends, 2 Obsidian Statues. We're not going too crazy on those destroyers just yet for Lucifer. I mean, he probably could, but I guess supply is just holding him back a little bit. Tree of Life being placed down on the bottom left for check. Probably won't expect an expansion from Lucifer, but of course there is that possibility. It's just, if he doesn't choose to go for an expansion, he is gonna be screwed in the late game. He might actually just go for low upkeep, as he has the upper limit of 60 food supply available, so yeah, probably low upkeep rather than an expansion. Skeleton has spotted this expand, but I highly doubt the skeleton will actually force cancel there. So unless Lucifer moves out and deals with it himself, that expansion will most likely, just finish itself. Check with a lot of resources as well. He is going to queue up a couple of Dryads to go into low upkeep. Meanwhile, Lucifer is actually going to go for a Boneyard. So yeah, interesting. A Boneyard definitely will deal well against those bears, but of course Lucifer has to deal with this attack that has been going on for quite some time. The Tome of Relics will be taken down, and the Black Citadel, well, was gonna get a little bit of damage, but early TP from Lucifer, especially since he did cancel the one in the bottom left, so he can just afford to just do that. So the Boneyard will eventually produce those Frost Runes, but I mean, we did just see from check, he did queue up additional Dryads, so he is very much aware of that anti-air, of that air threat. And well, Lucifer is just going to queue up a lot more Crypt Fiends, hopefully, to deal with that Dryad threat. It's very paper, scissors, rock here in this particular matchup, but yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see who actually has the definitive advantage. I mean, if the Undead Heroes get good enough levels for themselves, then maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to carry this for themselves, but I guess as it stands, it might just be the Night Elves army composition that will win it. Shade for Lucifer is just roaming around, spotting Check's entire army, and I believe it will just follow it for the remainder of its lifespan, even though Shades probably can live for quite some time. Frostorm number 1 and number 2 is being queued up here. The number 1 will be finished very soon, and the Abomination for Lucifer has been completed, so that is pretty good, solid front wall for himself. Frostorm is out and about, but yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. Check not going for any Ancient of Winds just yet, despite seeing that Boneyard. I guess he is just confident enough in dealing with that Frostworm with Dryads alone. Oh, that was so unfortunate. Lucifer, yeah, Lucifer got by very minimally right there. The Dust Appearance just barely missing the Shade, in fact. So yeah, no upgrades whatsoever for both sides, I don't think. Yeah, no upgrades. So we did have a roar from those bears. Oh, and the Shade got spotted. I don't know how the Shade got spotted, honestly. Oh, never mind. The Panda did have one more charge of the Dust Appearance there, and I'm imagining he did use the final charge. So yeah, luckily for Check, he didn't have to endure the forever chasing Shade, I guess. Alright, second Frostworm is here, and we will probably force the fight for Lucifer, as, I mean, 2 Frostworms are pretty hard to deal with if you only have 6 Dryads. Now only... oh, we still have 6, or 7. Drunken Flame right there in the combo, dealing a ton of damage against those ghouls, a little bit against those Frostworms. But yeah, here we go with the Roar, and here we go with a big fight. Nova Coil Lightning onto one of those bears, and the Frostworms and Destroyers are just ripping through those bears. The Dryads are focus firing one of those Frostworms, but will we have a Death Coil to heal them up? There we go. Not that much of a Death Coil, but it is at least a couple hundred hit points being restored there. Lots of Dryads being focus fired now since the bear threat has been pretty much eliminated. The Crypt Fiends, surprisingly enough, they are focusing the Panda. Probably should go after those Dryads instead. But yeah, Lucifer actually winning this fight pretty decisively, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Dryads just weren't plentiful enough. I mean, Frostworms are all gone, but the Crypt Fiends are now the problems here, I think. Dryads, of course, have a pretty awkward matchup against those Crypt Fiends, especially since they are unarmored. Meanwhile, the Crypt Fiends are medium armored. Oh, yikes. Low hit point Frostworm was taken out there. Rather unfortunate for Lucifer. Probably should have tossed him back at base and maybe healed up, but yeah, that was rather unnecessary loss there, but oh well. At least Check's Demon Hunter is alive, but he is getting bursted down quite a bit by just the Undead Hero combo there. And level 3 onto the Lich, so level 2 Frost Nova probably in play. Demon Hunter is TPing back into the fight, but yeah, I don't know, since Lucifer is choosing to retreat, probably won't find much, honestly. I mean, the Demon Hunter might be able to pick up this one Crypt Fiend, but that is pretty much gonna be it. The expansion has actually been taken down, so yeah, it's a bit of a loss there for Czech. 48 versus 59. Clear disadvantage for the Night Elf player. Lucifer probably queuing up more Frostworms there. Yes, we are. And it appears like this air-centric army composition is working for once. I mean, I've cast my doubt before, mainly because of the past series just not doing too well. And yeah, I'm glad to see that I am shown that it can work sometimes. But of course we'll have to wait and see if Lucifer can actually finish the game. That is definitely something that you have to actually think about. I mean, winning fights, sure you can do that, but I mean, we have seen before that comebacks can happen, especially when it comes to Undead versus Night Elf. Demon Hunter running around with the invisibility potion. Thankfully the Shade is following his army instead of him, so didn't get caught out or anything like that. But the main army of Czech is looking to get caught out. I mean, it's not much of an army here. TP Scroll is going to be burned, and the bears are probably going to get chunked, but they are saved with the Preservation Staff and the TP Scroll as well. Yeah, not a good position for Czech to be in. He is going to expand, or try to expand again. It's becoming rather troublesome for himself because, well, he's just spending so much resources onto this expand rather than actually making a big enough army. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. Maybe Chick should have made a couple of Hippogriffs to deal with that Frostworm threat, and maybe sunk a lot more resources onto bears, because, I don't know, Dryads, even if they can clear the air, they're not going to deal well with Crypt Fiends. I don't know. This is a really weird place to be in for Czech. And there's not that many camps for the Demon Hunter, honestly, to get that level 5, that crucial level 5, where it can actually start contributing, you know, massive amount of damage. Ancient of Wind is going to get placed down right now for Czech, but we'll have to wait and see if that's a little too late, because I don't know, there's still a good number of Crypt Fiends, and of course the heroes. The heroes of Lucifer are strong enough to actually just deal with it, honestly. Probably just carry the team by themselves. I say team, I'm more like the army here. And it seems like Lucifer is just gonna stick with one Frostworm. I mean, they are pretty expensive, and of course they take huge amount of food of 7, so yep, I guess it is rather smart to just focus on the smaller and more meaningful units, and it seems like Lucifer is going to prove me wrong. He is probably just gonna free up supply to maybe make that second Frostworm. Yep, there we go. As soon as I say that, I get immediately wrong there, so oh well, I tried a little bit. Dust appearance. So many dusts being used just to clear out those shades. I'm not sure if there are any shades anymore for Lucifer. Yeah, oh, no, never mind. There he is. Avoiding the dust appearance. Once again, I'm not sure if Czech is going to be bothered. Oh wow, Ultravision is also going to be researched. That is really weird. You usually see Ultravision be the very first upgrade from the Hunter's Hole, because it's rather cheap, and yeah, it's like pretty useful, but yeah, now it's going to be researched, and Night Elf units should be able to see pretty far away now. What's going to get picked up? The Scroll of Healing and the Invulnerability Potion there. No dust, but of course dust can get picked up by the Ancient of Wonders. But yeah, Czech's probably not going to be too bothered about any shades anymore, since he's probably losing a lot more gold trying to clear them out. Okay, the bears are going to start getting produced, and that is going to put Czech over to low upkeep. I think he pretty much gave up on making another expand, but of course the problem is that I guess the gold mines are now just depleting. Czech queuing up a pretty good number of hippogriffs, but of course it is against 2 frostworms. That is going to take a little while for them to actually chip through, and I don't know, maybe those Crypt Fiends might be able to cast a couple of webs on them. How many Crypt Fiends do we have? We have 4 in fact, so we have just the exact number of Crypt Fiends. Oh, never mind, okay, we're gonna have a lot more hippogriffs than 4. But yeah, still, if Lucifer did research the web upgrade, then yeah, 3 out of, or what was it, 2/3 of those hippogriffs are just going to be on the ground, not actually dealing with those frostworms. That might be a bit of a problem. Lucifer discovering this revelation that Czech has finally stopped placing down expansions, but of course the Tree of Eternity might make its way to the bottom left, but yeah, Lucifer is going to start his attack from that direction, and here we go. The Tree of Eternity is now being under fire. Or at least it will be by those meat wagons. Huge amount of damage now that the Tree of Eternity is uprooted, as it is now heavy armor. Lucifer is going to toss his acolytes to try and soak up some damage there. Fork landing on the front line of Czech right now, and yeah, the meat wagons are pretty much doing their work, honestly, dealing with those dryads pretty effectively. Mana burn onto some sort of hero, I don't know which one it is. Breath of Fire trying to deal a lot of AoE damage against those frostworms and Crypt Fiends, but yeah, the Crypt Fiends are not actually being touched. Meanwhile, the bears are slowly dwindling away right now. Hippogriffs going right after those frostworms. We still have a couple of destroyers in the air right now, and Vulnerability Potion will be used by the Demon Hunter, but he is retreating right now. Maybe he's just going after those Moonals and trying to come back to this fight. Invulnerability potion of the Panda is going to be popped right there. Tree of Eternity was fighting this whole time, but will it be enough? Probably not. The heroes of the undead player is very healthy and very much active. They still have one more ability rotation probably, as yeah, there we go with that. Frost Nova into killing the final bear of Czech. 24 supply is the supply of the Night Elf player, only a couple of Dryads and a Hippogriff left. Drunken Fire combo, not able to fully kill those Acolytes, but of course the burn will finish the job. The heroes of Lucifer probably enough to deal with this remnant force of Czech, although we do have a very good Breath of Fire into dealing tons of damage against that Death Knight. Demon Hunter is probably focus firing or tunnel visioning too much on that Death Knight, and the Panda will pay for that mistake as he gets Frost Nova to death. Level 5 Panda, that's going to be a huge amount of resources to bring him back, and yeah, we probably won't have that. In fact, Death Knight rejoining with his posse, and that is going to be GG for Czech, as Lucifer almost very narrowly wins this. I guess narrowly, I don't know. I mean, it was very close. If he did lose, I guess, any of his heroes during that fight, then he could have very much GG'd himself, but thankfully he didn't. He didn't even lose that many units himself, and that is going to be game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys again whenever, honestly. But yeah, take care.